Hello and welcome to Jimmy's Three Things. It is the postseason. Wild card week is here. Who's going to advance, huh? We open up with 2 o'clock game on a Tuesday. I hate it, but I love postseason. I'm very excited. On Jimmy's Three Things today, I'm going to use a very sophisticated model to predict the winners of these wild card series and maybe the rest of the playoffs. Maybe not. Shohei Ohtani makes his first postseason appearance. What are we expecting there? Just pure excitement and adrenaline? Probably. How did he fare in the postseasons and past leagues and World Baseball Classics? We'll look into it. And then I want to look at the catchers who have taken the biggest beating over the course of the season. Those are the 3 things. Appreciate you joining today. Jimmy's Three Things is a production of Dan Patrick Productions, Jomboy Media, and Workhouse Media. I'm going to catch my breath, take a sip of my coffee, get geared up, excited. While I do this, click like.
1, 2, 3.
These things come in 3.
3 things. Very dull indeed.
All right, first thing. Let's predict the playoffs. The first thing I did this morning, because I'm going to be working late, is I took my son, James. He's almost 2 years old. He, sometimes before school, we go on a donut adventure. That's when we go to get a donut. Sometimes we go to the playground. That's when we go to the playground. Sometimes I drive to the parking lot by his school. We hop on the train. We take it 1 stop, 5-minute ride. And then we get a donut at that stop. And then we hop on the train back, 5-minute ride. And then we drop him off school. That's the biggest adventure. Today, he doesn't even know it's the postseason. Got no clue. He said, I want to go to the baseball field today. I said, okay, let's go to the baseball field. So we had 10 minutes at the baseball field. It was real muddy, the first one. His feet sank into the mud. Second one, we had the ball, we had the bat. It was before school. And I said, let's make some predictions. So this isn't the sophisticated model. This is just my son's predictions for the games today. Let's see what he got. Who's going to win, the Astros or the Tigers?
Tigers.
Wow. When the Orioles, solid contact on that, so I'm going to say he's right. I disagree with him. I think Framber is going to be a problem for this Tigers team, who a lot of their best hitters are lefties. Even though their lefties hit lefties, Framber's numbers are ridiculous. Next up, Orioles or the Royals? Royals? I found out Orioles and Royals, very similar sounds. I don't really know. I said Royals, and he said, yeah, but it could have been Royals. Royals. Very similar. Okay, here you go. Whoa! Again, solid contact there. If the Royals win game 1 and they beat Burns, I like them to win the series, but Orioles are a better team. Who's going to win, the Brewers or the Mets? Wow, ready? Now, I thought he was going to say Mets because it's easier to say as a little kid. Brewers, we got R's. I had eroticism. He's geared down for this one. He's got butt down, bat up, butt down. That's what we say. And, oh, did you fall down? He fell, slipped and fell. Classic cartoon fall. I don't know what that means. Maybe a bad prediction? The Padres or the Braves? Braves? Yeah. Wow, here you go. Let's do that one again. Ready? So a miss hit. And then he went down and roped that one. So that's my son's predictions. Not sophisticated at all. And to be fairly honest, the method I'm using also not, I'm using sophisticated in a joking way. It's not whatever. You'll find out. Like, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it, but I'm trying to show you guys stats you might not see elsewhere. And that's what I'm going to make my opinion on. So, baseball stats are something I enjoy. There's Inside Edge, Quest. They're awesome. And they have these stats that you can't really find. I've talked about them a lot on here. You can't really find them that many other places. So offensively, they have these scoring tendency stats, which I really like, especially offensive, because it's kind of the lineup's identity, team identity, deep lineups, stuff like that. How do you attack as a team? It's 9 guys. It's not always the same guy. Then they also have them for the pitching. I would weight that less because one starting pitcher can be good. You don't use your 4 and your 5. You don't use your bad bullpen. So I don't know how, but lineup, I like it. Anyway, they have all these things. So scored first percentage. So where do teams rank scoring first? And the Diamondbacks, they scored first more than any other team this year. Then the Braves and Phillies tied for second. Mariners were fourth. Yankees. The next one is scored in 3 different innings. So you score over the course of the game at least 1 run, 3 different innings. And on that one, the Dodgers are 1, the Braves are 2, D-backs are 3. Now, that doesn't mean you have a deep lineup. It could just mean your top is really good. Every time the top half comes up, you score, something like that. Or you just get solo shots throughout. What I really like, my favorite one, is big innings. That means you score 3 runs or more at least in 1 inning. Last postseason, it was all about big innings. The Rangers and the D-backs were very good at this. They would like cluster innings. Like once the Rangers just needed 1 inning and you were dead. That's all they needed. Like they could be dead, but then they would get that 1 inning where they would score 4 runs. You'd be like, shit, that just changed the whole game. So this is my favorite one when it comes to postseason. And if you look, all the yellow teams on my screen, those are the postseason teams. So they're all towards the top in a lot of these, which makes sense because they're good teams. The Brewers are the best at having the big inning. They're the best offensively. Then the D-backs, not on postseason. The Mets, we saw that yesterday in game 161, where they had a 6-run inning to come back against the Braves. The Padres are good at this. Yankees, Dodgers, and Orioles tied for 6. Runs per game. That one's pretty standard. The Diamondbacks rank out number 1 here. And you can see all the playoff teams, besides the Tigers, because they were bad for first 2/3 of the year, are down in 20th position. But all the rest of the playoff teams are up top. Besides the Diamondbacks, they didn't make it. And then answer back innings. Okay, your team just gave up some runs. You got to answer right back, get the momentum. I like that as well. And the Orioles are number 1, and then the Yankees number 2. So what I did is I collected all of those and weighted them evenly because I'm not smart enough to make a weighted average. And I don't even know if you could average percentages. I don't think you can, but this is what I'm doing. So offensively, when you weight all those out in there where they rank, the Diamondbacks number 1. But look, you do get, it is indicative of good teams. Like you do get the better teams up top, which isn't crazy, but like of these scoring tendencies, if you're good at them, especially runs per game, like that probably should be weighted pretty high. I would weight big innings higher. Yeah. How would you weight those? I would go runs per game, big inning, because those can be demoralizing, and you can knock a starting pitcher out with a big inning, or you just like demoralize a bullpen. Then I would say answer back in 3 different innings are, I don't know which one I would weight more. Probably answer back, because 3 different innings, you could just have dud innings like blowouts there. But answer back is important. They scored, now you score. So 3 different innings would be 4th, and scored first would be 5th. But the D-backs averaged 2.4. They were first and scored first, 3rd in 3 different innings, 2nd in big innings, 1st in runs per game, and 5th in answer back. They didn't make the postseason. But the rest, you have the Yankees as the 2nd, then the Dodgers, then the Orioles, then the Phillies, and the Brewers. Red Sox are up there, but they didn't make the postseason. Twins up there, they didn't make the postseason. Red Sox and Twins, similar records. If you take out the White Sox games, Twins would be worse, I think. Braves, Royals, Padres, Mets. I even think this is clustered somewhat in like how I think the teams are. Don't get upset, Guardians fans. But, or how they are going in the postseason. I probably have the Padres ranked higher than down here. I think they're pretty good. And the Tigers are way down here. So that's offensively. We got to do pitching as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide all these. Let's just hide all these rows for now. And let's look. So now this is pitching. And again, I think this is tougher because one dud pitcher, your 5th pitcher stinks. He's not part of the postseason. So I don't know. But let's just look. The pitching staff that let their opponent score first the most was the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are a tale of 2 teams. Offense good, pitching not good. Like crazy, not good. No. I think this means they're good. Yes, the Diamondbacks are great at not allowing their opponent to score first. It's the rest of the categories where you see the D-backs here are not good in the rest of them. Braves are good at this. Phillies, Astros are good at this. A lot of the playoff teams. The worst playoff team at this is the Guardians. Then the Orioles, then the Mets, then the Royals. They allowed the opponent to score in 3 different innings. The Braves are the best at stopping this, then the Yankees. Cubs, pretty good at stopping this. Guardians, a little more spread out in the pitching side of things, which is, again, was kind of my point. All right, here we go. This one is oh my God. This is all the playoff teams. So opponent big inning percentage, which I do think is the biggest weighted thing I would have out of all this. I would weight it the highest. I thought it played huge last year. You have the Guardians are the best at avoiding the big inning. They were the best all season at avoiding the big inning. Then the Mariners, whose pitching staff was amazing. And the Mariners are the only team not in the postseason of the bunch. The rest, the next teams are all playoff teams. Tigers, Astros, Braves, Brewers, Royals, Phillies, Dodgers, Yankees, Padres, Orioles, Mets. So that there's some sense there. All the teams that made the postseason avoided the big inning. But the Guardians and the Tigers are the best at that out of the postseason teams. You know, worst, you got the Rockies, Angels, White Sox, Marlins, Nationals. Like, yeah, okay, so this, I think that stat matters more than like, no one talks about that stat really. I think that stat matters. All right, runs allowed per game. Mariners are the best. Then the Braves, they're tied. They're actually tied for first. And the worst of all the playoff games, Orioles and Mets. Dodgers pretty bad down there. Phillies bad. But runs allowed per game, how good's your good? You know, you're not going to use the guys that let up the most runs. They get weeded out. So, again. And then shutdown inning, okay? Your team just scored. Now you got to shut them down to not let them take the momentum right back. Obviously, people know shutdown innings. The Royals are the best at this. Then the Mariners, then the Braves, then the Tigers. The worst at this is the Orioles, Brewers, and Dodgers. So they'll let you get right back into the game if you want. So then pitching overall, playoff teams float to the top. The Braves are the best at this. Then the Royals, then the Tigers, and the Yankees, then the Astros, and the Padres. All right. So then I did overall, all of the categories, pitching, hitting, overall. And this is my super sophisticated formula to predict the playoffs. And I did not know, I promise, that the Yankees were number one. But that's awesome. Best record in the American League. Okay, so if we look at this, we have Astros and Tigers. And this has the Astros will beat the Tigers. Because I'm going strictly off formula here. I also think the Astros will beat the Tigers because of the lefties, which you got two starting pitchers that are lefty in a 3-game series, Framber and Kikuchi. And then if you want to have a comeback, you got Hader, who's a bizarro lefty. Be cool if the Tigers can do it, but it's tough. And then if my Yankees face them, that's going to be tough over there too. All right, so then this has the Royals way better than the Orioles because of the pitching. So I would weight it and say both the bullpens here. All right, whatever. I'm sticking to my formula. Royals will beat the Orioles, okay? If I'm wrong, we'll change the formula. We'll change the formula. Sure, we'll weight it. Someone smart's going to have to let me know how to weight the formula. Then you have the Brewers and the Mets. And the Brewers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the Mets are way down here. So that has the Brewers beating the Mets per the formula. And then we have the Padres and who are the Padres playing? The Braves. Damn. If I was picking, Jimmy, talking the third person, shut up, loser. If I was picking with my heart and my brain, I would choose the Padres because I don't know how the Braves are going to do it because Sale's out. That's why I would have to weight it. Jimmy's algorithm chooses the Braves. Jimmy's brain chooses the Padres. Jimmy's brain chooses the Orioles. Jimmy's algorithm... Third person, what a loser. Okay, so my brain is choosing the Astros, Orioles, Padres. The algorithm is choosing the Astros, Royals, Braves, and Brewers. Both are choosing the Brewers. Brain and algorithm. And then I guess this would have the Yankees and the Braves, if we just played it out, playing in the World Series against each other. That'd be cool. Or the Yankees and the Phillies. The worst team, Chicago White Sox. Then the Miami Marlins, then the Los Angeles Angels, then the Colorado Rockies, then the Athletics and the Pirates and the Nationals and the Blue Jays. So that's pretty accurate down there. Up here, the Braves get a big boost because I think on the pitching side, they're good. There you go. We've predicted it. That's the algorithm. Someone write it down in a bracket so I can remember it, and we'll go back into this later and see. Maybe it would be fun to go just postseason pitchers, but I don't know how to break down the formula that well. But that's a very sophisticated look at baseball. I ran out of steam on that sentence, so we're just going to pause, regroup, sip of the coffee. Topic number 2. I had Dalton whip me up some stats here because Shohei Ohtani, it's his first time in the playoffs, hasn't been in the MLB postseason. So I was like, well, how did he do in NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball? Is that what it stands for? It's got to be NPB. But you say Nippon or Nippon? Nippon pronunciation? Is this going to be right?
The following pronunciation is brought to you by pronouncenames.com.
Add
Nippon.
Nippon. Didn't really have a Japanese accent, so I don't know if I can trust that. Why are there two ways? Jimmy, stop getting lost in this. I had Dalt look up some stats for me. Is this a link? What do we got here? This is the scoreboard. Now, he said that they don't, it's hard to find old video, which I wish I could find. I did find one thread where you can find it, but you kind of need to translate pages into English, because I'd love to go find old highlights of him in the postseason. So in the first stage, and we're not going to look at pitching stats for Ohtani, but in this one game, he went 0 for 5. And the way that the playoffs work in this league are the top three teams. The top three teams make the playoffs. The first team has a bye. The next two play a 3-game set where the second seed hosts every game, like the wild card series that are about to start. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I'm remembering this correctly. And then the winner of the 3-game series goes on to play the number 1 seed. And it's a 7-game series, but the 1 seed is spotted a game. So the 1 seed has to win 3 games, and the 2 or 3 seed has to win 4 games. I believe that's how they do it. They call it a climax series. So in the first stage, Ohtani pitched a gem, didn't hit on the day he pitched. And then in the 3rd game of that series, he went 0 for 5 at the plate with 3 Ks. He's like 19 years old in that, I think. The final stage, which is, I'm guessing, the championship, he went 1 for 4, 0 for 4, 2 for 4 at the plate. So that's 3 for 12 and no home runs, but we don't know if they're doubles or not. 3 for 12 and 7 innings pitched, 4 runs. Don't care about pitching. And then the next year, first stage, looks like his team lost. He went 0 for 1 with a K. So where are we at? We're at 5 plus 12, 17. We're at 3 for 17, and then 4 for 18. 4 for 18. 222 batting average. And then the next year, they were the 1 seed, so they're only in the final stage here. Pitched a gem, game 1. 0 for 2 with 2 walks, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and 1 for 4. So, I mean, that's 14, 2, 6, 4, 6, 4, 42. 18 plus 14, just 32. What the fuck did I say? I am 6 for 32. 187. Batting average in the postseason in Japan, not all that great, turns out. That's a bummer. Oh, wait. Whoa. What are all these? Oh, sorry. Of those 3 seeds, there's the first stage, which is the 2 and 3. Then they play the 1, but there's 2 leagues, and then there's the final. So his team was the 1 seed. They won basically the championship series. They go to the Nippon series where he goes off. He goes 2 for 3 and then 0 for 1. So that's 2 for 4 and then 3 for 4. So that's 5 for 8. And then that's 5 for 12. And then that's 6 for 16. 6 for 16. And that would be, this is great. Jimmy does math. It would be, it would be 12 divided by 48. 250. Guys batting average up to 250 in that. Did they win? I don't know. And then this, I don't know what this is. Oh my goodness. Dalt just had the playoff career numbers at the end, and I didn't know that. I have one more hit in my calculations in Dalt. I had 12. Dalt has 11. So that's 4, 6. How did we miss on that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I was wrong. I was wrong on so many counts. His playoff career in Japan, 11 for 48, 229 average, 3 RBIs, 3 walks, 15 strikeouts. Granted, he's young. He's a much different guy. He's the best player in the world right now. So I think he's going to put on a show. Then if you want to look at the World Baseball Classic, he was the best hitter and best pitcher in the World Baseball Classic. He hit 435, a batting average of 606. Granted, the quality of play in the World Baseball Classic is less than the MLB postseason, but he crushed that, pitching and hitting. Absolutely crushed it. Came in to close. Is that what we're getting? Are we getting that again? Is he going to return pitching ready by the World Series? Would that be incredible or what? Sorry for making you sit through all that math. And I wish I had footage of this, and maybe I can go find it, but I wanted to see what he's done under the bright lights. I mean, bright lights have been on Ohtani for a while, although those bright lights get awfully dim in Anaheim because suddenly no one cares about you when you're there. And that's not a shot at Anaheim fans because they always get mad when I say that. I want the lights to be bright. You got your management, ownership does it to themselves, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I want it to be. I wanted the Angels to make the postseason more than anyone. Not more than anyone, obviously. Not more than anyone, obviously. That was a figure of speech that was in poor taste because so many people wanted it more than me. Trout, Ohtani. So Ohtani's going to be good. All right, here's some just quick hitting ideas. Nah, cut that. Scrap it. All right, last segment of the show. Let's see who gets beat up the most. We're going to go to the Inside Edge database here, and I'm going to go catcher mask hits. Which catcher took the most foul tips, pitches to the mask? Okay? That's what we're going to look at. So we're going catcher, mask hits, catcher. We're going to generate a leaderboard by individual players, see what we get here. So this guy is like, this should be an award. Will Smith, 32 hits to the mask for Will Smith. Austin Wells, 27. Wilson Contreras, 25. But Will Smith, the most of all. Okay, here we go. There's one right to the mask. Jake Caves up. Handsome Wolf. Ooh, another one to the mask. All right, so Will Smith has the most. I will make a montage of those after I'm done rapping, and I'll play it with audio for you guys right now.
Statcast pop. Well, with the call. Hard for relief. 2 at bat. From Yamamoto. In Los Angeles. Or Shorty. He's like, oh, the Wade. 4-2 gone. There. Stay rolling.
Okay, and second most was Wells. I mean, Adley Rutschman only 13. It's kind of wild, huh? He catches a lot. Naylor only 6. McCann on the A's only 5. Damn. You can also look up, what if we go bat, ball, other contact? So most times getting beat up, but it's not a ball to the face for catchers. Let's see who's the leader here. Ooh, Bailey. 169. Now we can do severity of this, and we can say we'll take out mild. And shout out to the guys at Inside Edge for they gave me this idea, and they're teaching me how to toggle this website, which is amazing, my favorite thing. So we're at catcher, and we took away all the mild ones, and we did, what did we do? We did bat, ball, other contact. So Wong has the most. And let's just take a look, a couple of these. What are we looking at here? Oh, so that's ball to the shoulder. That's probably worse. No, it's not worse than the head. Oh, other shoulder. Oh, man. All right, Adley's up. 2 catchers hanging out. Ooh, knee. Okay, if this next one is his left knee, then we've just got all the corners of his aim. Nope, right knee again. Oh, damn, that stinks. Wong just getting beat up. At least it's not his head. Oh, that knee again. Dude, being a catcher's brutal, huh? Oh, that was his hand. Yikes. Stands up. Okay. He's got his left knee down. Oh, that was his shoulder, I guess. This is kind of brutal. Being a catcher's gnarly. Toe. Oh, toe. Judge felt bad for him. Okay, a lot of ponchos in the crowd. Wet day. Ooh, left toe. We got it. We've got both toes hit. We haven't had the left knee hit yet. There's the left toe again. Yikes, dude. This is brutal. I don't know if I want to keep watching this. I'll keep watching it. The right knee again. Damn. Ooh, that right knee again. Yikes. These are all the same game. Oh, I think I just watched the same video 3 times and didn't realize it. Yep, I did. All right. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. That was Jimmy's 3 Things. Enjoy the postseason. I'll be back next week. We'll be in the middle of the divisional series. My Yankees will be 2 games into their series. My heart will be racing. I might be saddest of sad sacks or giddy of all giddy sacks. Subscribe, like, share with a friend. Appreciate you. Goodbye.